Now I did do some work to this a little bit. I adjusted the vocals while we were gone, so that there had a little more balance. It didn't spend too much time. I'll quickly switch and show you what I did. But what we came here for today is mixing bass. So let's mix some bass for my friend Jimmy. Let's pull it back up. My Pro Tools ran out of CPU power. Try deactivating some plugins. Yep, it might be time for Eric to get a new computer. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Let's hide these. We're going to make these plugins inactive. How do you do that, Eric? You can make a plugin inactive by holding Control, Option, and Command. That will make the plugin inactive. I'm going to do that on the kick drum. It's got a lot of plugins on it. I'm also going to do that on, I think, these 3 tracks. We'll make those inactive also. 4 tracks. And let's see if we can play again. There we go. Okay. Yeah. I liked it better with where it was, even though it's overloading a little bit. Okay, that's where the bass comes in for the first time. And let's just listen to that by itself. You can hear it come in a little bit. If I didn't say this already, you'll probably want to put some headphones on. You don't have to be headphones like these. You can put the headphones that came with your if you're watching on a phone, you can put headphones that came with your phone. You can put some speakers on. Maybe your laptop speakers are fine. I don't know. Hopefully what I do will translate to those things, because that is my goal. So let's listen to that bass in solo. I made a group last time. If you've watched my other videos, I'll show you how those other videos show you how I make groups and the colors and all that sort of stuff. So we don't need to go through that. And I already imported my templates, so we don't need to cover that again. So let's just listen to bass by itself. Yeah, that's bass. Here it is. Okay, let's make that sound better. And to do that, I can already tell it's there's some phasing happening. I think maybe my screen will say check phase, unless the buttons I've assigned to work for this don't. I really wish they were working like 5 minutes ago, and now they're not. Anyway, oh well. Check phase. That's what I want you to do. Check phase. Right? Okay. Let's do it. Let's listen to these bass. Let's listen to the bass. Here, let's switch back up. I don't know why it's not working. Gonna try again to check and see why it's not working. Oh, I can hear myself in the background. I thought I muted it. Nobody's watching anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Switch scene. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, it should work. Eric, 1. What is interrupting it? Something is interrupting it. There we go. Maybe that's working better now. Let's see. Does it still work when I switch up? Yep. Okay. I'm following along. It's going. There we go. Does it still work when I'm in this mode? Nope, doesn't seem to be. Dang. Okay. Well, I have to figure that out. I like the camera angles better. Okay, well, anyway, we're back. Let's continue working on bass. All right. So, when I check to hear if bass is in phase, I will solo up. I'll start and try to find the bass that I like the best. So, I'm going to listen to this first one. This is bass B52A. Okay. That's pretty sludgy sounding. It sounds like that's generally the intent. Okay, let's listen to this next one. Now I've level matched these, so they're going to be relatively quiet on the iPhone. Okay, yeah, that was a bass reamp SM57. If you can see me, I'm holding up one. This is the microphone they used to record this bass guitar. All right, let's hear it. That's got bite. All right, I might use that one. Here's a clean DI. I'm gonna use that for sure, and I might just get rid of some of these other ones, but we'll listen again. That's gnarly sounding. Okay. But I don't think so. My opinion, I show all windows. No windows available. Okay. All right. Let's talk about this for a second. This bass, it was recorded with an SM57. It was also recorded with a DI. This is a DI that I use pretty frequently. If you can see that. The radial stage bug. Some people might use something by radial also with a different transformer in it. That's going to make it sound a little different. I think these sound really good. You know, it's cheap. They're like $80. Let's see. What else about this recording? So I think, let me show you here. And I'll make myself tiny. Gosh, I wish my key commands were working. Okay. They also recorded with this bass mic, a Shure Beta 52. This is designed for kick drums. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that happens a lot. This is going to have a ton of high-end boost and a ton of low-end boost. So when you're recording bass, the microphone choice is going to be really important for how you want it to sound. If you like the way your amp sounds in the room, recording with a microphone like the Beta 52 up close on the microphone or on the bass cabinet, it might not be what you want to do. Here's the spec sheet for the Beta 52. Let's see. Let's zoom in really close, Eric. And we want to zoom in to that frequency response. Look at that. Okay. If you're recording bass, if you take a look on this frequency response chart, it shows a 0 line, +10, +20, and those are decibels of the sound. And you end up, if you're really close to the cabinet, you are going to emphasize some of these frequencies that maybe your bass guitar player is playing in. So at 1 inch, you're going to get 10 decibels more in the 20 hertz, the 50 hertz, the 100, and then it's a slope off up to about 300 hertz. And then we start peaking at 2, 3, 4, 5K. That's high end. That's getting boosted when you use this microphone. Again, that's this microphone. Now, people do this on kick drum because the kick drum has a lot of mid-range and they want to emphasize the low end and the point so that it cuts through on their rock track. So on a bass guitar, you're kind of emphasizing the stuff that you're emphasizing that the instrument already kind of is creating, and so you're kind of counteracting that, and especially if your bass amp has that frequency. They also recorded this with this speaker, Dyne Audio BM5A. I'm sure to intentionally try and capture low end, more low end. And let's see, what else we got here? Oh, yeah. The SM57 was also used. Now, SM57 has a similar frequency response to that Beta 52 when you get it close to what you're trying to record. So, that's just some tips from Eric. If you're going to record, if you can see me in a tiny little corner, if you're going to record bass and you want to put a microphone real close, you can use a microphone like this one. This is an Electro Voice EV635A. I didn't come up with this idea. This is an omnidirectional dynamic microphone. Use that on your bass guitar cabinet if you like how it sounds in the room you're in. And then maybe put a room mic up. Any of these other mics, maybe a Shure PG52, PG56, something like that, or an SM57, those are going to emphasize the low end that you're already capturing. Okay, so let's listen again. Beta 52. Now that might sound really good by itself. Let's hear for a second. Let's look. Okay, I'm gonna actually bring up that level a little bit. 4 decibels. Okay, that needs some crafting in the low end. Let's listen to the next one. Beta 50 SM57. Now I'm paying careful attention to how these are going to sound together. Those two sound pretty cool together. Let's hear how those two sound with the fuzz DI, because this is really important to this bass guitar player, is the fuzz sound. So what are you trying to capture when you add fuzz to a bass guitar? Harmonic content. That is out of phase. Let's see if we can correct that. To correct that, I am going to put a little time adjuster, and I'm going to delay. I'm going to delay that because the electronic sound gets to the computer faster with the DI than it does when you run it through the bass amp, cabinet, and then mic it. So there's a little bit of time difference there. Let's listen to hear if we can put this back in phase. So we're gonna adjust the timing of that fuzz DI. That is really not a really gnarly sound. Just even that 4 samples gets it closer. I don't even know how many samples. Let's try 10 samples. Let's adjust it by 10 samples and let's hear if that's better. Okay, so this is before I started doing this, messing with the timing of the bass fuzz DI. Okay, let's try 6 samples. Let's try 12. I'm going to try 8. I think 6 might be the ticket. Let's go longer. Let's try 30 samples. I think that's probably about right. Try 20. Not still phasing out. Let's try 40. Let's try 35. There we go. Here's before. Okay. If you have good headphones on, you can hear the difference. We'll play that again. I'm checking the fuzz DI against the reamped microphone cabinet. Okay, it's still phased out a little bit, but I like it better with this adjustment because it's not causing there's some sort of weird thing that's happening in the upper mid-range that I don't like. So we'll keep that timing on. Now let's go and unsolo. We're going to mute the tracks that we haven't fixed yet, and let's hear if it's any better with the rest of the band. I think it's a little bit better. I don't think it's a lot better. I think it's a little bit better. Now what I'm missing is the clean sound. Let's hear if the clean bass BM5A is, let's hear if that helps us. That one might help us. I'm going to try the clean DI. Now, see, that's phasing too. Let's add that same adjustment. I'm going to give it less. Let's try this. 20 samples. Okay. Okay, I think we're getting pretty close there in timing adjustments. Now, I know that, well, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put we're going to put on an insert. I think it's insert 4. That is my red DI. It's tubes. We're going to put the bass through that. Let's listen. Oh, no, it's not. You know what? It's insert 4. It's insert 3, not insert 4. Let's try it again. That might help us a lot. Let's listen again. Okay, let's hear it in context. Cool. I think we can even have more of that. So what I'll do is I'm gonna now that I've got a good sound, I'm gonna adjust it to taste. And what I like to do is to start by putting on, because I have so much distortion already, I don't want to put any more distortion. I just want to change the attack envelope. I want to even out every note, and I want to make it kind of punch up it through the mix. Okay, let's listen one more time, and then we'll go to another section and listen. Okay, I'm gonna listen by itself just real quick, because I don't want to make, I want to make sure that I'm not adding any more volume. I think it's balanced. Yeah, that's great. I'm gonna quicken the attack a little bit. Let's. It's real plucky. I'm going to go the opposite way and hear if that's any better. Okay, I think we're losing some low end by doing that, so I'm all right. I think I got where I want to get with that. Let's hear it. Okay, let's get to the next entrance. All right, I like that. Let's hear this next section. At some point, there's a pedal that comes in, I believe. I think it's some sort of octaver pedal. Fantasy and dark secret in a dark lie with no way out, so don't even try with me. Secret sign, honey, I'll show you mine. Hello. Shadows
paint of mine, flowers growing in the fading light.
Okay. You can hear how the sections are like drastically different. So I could look at it a few different ways. I could start adjusting every note manually, and how would you do that? Well, in Pro Tools, I would zoom in, and I would want to do this before I started messing with compression. But I can go in and I'm going to turn off this, and I'm just going to go in and splice every note. And this works really well. So what I'm going to do is we'll just do this little section here. Our goal to make each hit, really similar in volume. So I'm going to go in, adjust these. Here we go. Pull that one down. Pull this one up a tiny bit. Okay. It's coming down. And I literally just do this visually. And then I'll check with a meter to make sure I did it right. Because you can't always trust your ears. I should say you can't always trust your eyes. You can always trust your ears, because we're talking about making music. And that's, you trust your ears, not your eyes. Okay, so I've done a little bit of leveling. This should sound completely different now.
Shadows don't paint on mine, flowers growing in the fading light.
Okay, I like what that's done. I'm not going to take the time to do that for the whole track right now, but that is how you would go about affecting, changing the bass if you didn't capture the performance the way you want to hear it. If that could mean that you played louder in a section and not in others, and you automate it, you change it. You could do it with a fader. You could do it with plugins. I've done it with compressors. I've done it manually, just like this. It's going to be really natural sounding if you do it manually, because you're not changing any of the harmonics of the sound. So I'm going to leave it for now. I'm going to render it down, which is Shift Option 3. And I can even see the transients are going to hit harder. Okay, let's see what's next. Now that we've got some bass that we've worked on, let's hear that section again.
Shadows don't paint on mine, flowers growing in the fading light.
Okay, let's go in. Let's see if we can. Let's add some low end compression just in the low end. I'm going to use Waves MV2. You could use a sidechain compression. I like MV2 because it's real easy to use. There we go. Let's hear it in context with the rest of the band. I need something else. It's missing something else. Let's try to add some character. Just gonna pull for harmonics here. Use something I haven't used before for this situation. It's new to me, Abbey Road Saturator. And let's solo up the bass tone. Now remember what we're doing here. We're going to what we're doing here is we're actually Now we're working with all of the bass. Okay, okay, that bass has a lot more thump now to me.
Shadows don't paint on mine. Flowers growing in the fading light.
Alright. I think I've successfully mangled it.
Shadows don't paint on mine. Flowers growing in the fading light.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, there's a section that they do where the pedals change, and I want that change to really make a difference. Okay, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to find those sections. Okay, so it's these sections at the beginning. And this section. No, so it's not that. So we're going to take that out. Yep. And then here. I kind of like those wipes, but I'm going to leave them in the other space. Okay. This is what I mean by making this like a special event. Okay. Okay, and now I'm going to take that part and I'm going to make that pan to one side, and I think what I'll do is I'm going to check and see if this BM5A clean is a comparable match to that part. If it isn't, I'm going to duplicate that. BM5A clean. No, I'm going to get rid of the BM5A clean. There we go. Gone. I'm going to duplicate this. Here we go. Pan hard left and hard right. And that's where we're going to have some fun with these parts. We're going to make them different. I'm going to put chorus on one side. To make it really pop out, since it's the same part, I could do some other things, but I'm gonna put chorus on one side. All right, and blue chorus 2. I like this pedal. We're gonna also do a move where we high pass both of them. So we don't want it interfering with the other stuff. Okay, let's just listen to those two in that section. Okay, gotta turn the mix up. This one is going to have to adjust the volume to get a balance. And then let's add a delay to this side. Here we go. Let's just add that same time adjuster from Avid. Time adjuster. Okay, here we go. We're gonna Okay, let's hear that with everything else. We might have to give it a lot more level. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's give it more level. And we're gonna roll off some high end. Also, how are we gonna give it level? We just give it a boost. We'll find our trim plugin. give it 6 dB and see if we'll hear if that's enough. Hear, not see. We'll hear if it's enough. One more time. Okay, we got to do something else to make it stand out. That's not enough, because the part's so it's the same part. It's not a different part, and the tone needs to be. We need to juice it up a little bit. So on one side, I'm gonna do that with a rat. Okay, you might think like, Eric, it's already got a lot of distortion on it. Oh, whatever. It's a filter. Let's do that again. Okay, cool. I think that sounds pretty cool. How's this sound?
Just to get by, that's me. Secret sign, honey.
Let's actually go in and take some of those rakes out. Except for let's take those rakes out, and except for here, and let's give it some more gunk.
Building walls just to get by, that's me. Secret sign, honey. I'll show you mine. Hello.
Okay, what do we want to do? We want to take one of these other fuzzes out because now it's overly fuzzy. Can I get rid of any of the other ones? Let's listen to all the bass together for a second. Can you hear him clicking the pedal off there? That's fun. I would definitely have I would have wanted to do that as an overdub so that you don't have that clicking on and off. There we go. And let's do this fade. I'm not used to this mouse. Almost there. There we go. Even give it a little. It's cool. That adds a scene change. Let's listen in context from the top of the song.
A cool creeps need no sleep. Bad habits from a drama streak. And positive vibe under heavy fire. We're building walls just to get by. That's me. Secret sign, honey. I'll show you mine. Hello.
All right. That's cool. Do the same thing at the end of the song. Okay, getting rid of these. Giving this a fade. No. Okay. Do that same boost that I did earlier with the fuzz DI. I'm going to boost this one too, because it's those hits that are bum bum. I want the rhythm of that to really pop out. Bum bum. We need the clean in order to do that, not the distorted part. Oh, and there's that section again, I think. Let's just listen to that fuzz DI before I take it out again. It's too much. I mean, I've like really affected it, but it's too much. Let's do that again. And I also want to put a filter at the end to filter out some of that high-end gurgly stuff that I don't like. I'm going to do super steep of like 10K. Okay. Let's see. Let's hear. Let's try this. Let's try to even out this bass part, the DI part. Oop, undo. Because that will add the punch that I'm looking for. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get this part punchy. There's a lot of notes played. There we go. Let's hear it. Let's try something else, actually. Instead of doing that, let's put a transient shaper in for that spot. I'm going to pull up isotope, and I'm going to shape the transients. It's a pretty cool plugin. If you don't have Neutron, we are going to play with Neutron. So we're going to solo the clean DI. We've already done a bunch of processing. I'm going to pull down, and I might split this. There we go. So I don't know if you can really tell. we go. Cool. All right. Let me hear if that does what I wanted it to. Nope. Now what I have to do is I have to get some of the low end out of some of these other bass parts to get the low end to come out the way I want. I'm going to do really gradual. Oh, I unmuted everything, including those synths. Okay. Top to bottom listen, and then we're done.
A cool creeps need no sleep. Bad habits from a drama streak. And positive vibe under a heavy fire. We're building walls just to get by. That's me. Secret sign, honey. I'll show you mine. Hello. And our freaks in too deep. Little sky from a fantasy. And dark secret in a hello.
Let's see if we can get lo-fi in here. Okay, let's do one other thing to this bass before I shut it down. Those parts, we're going to put them behind with some reverb on the bass. Yeah, Eric. Reverb on the bass. What are we going to do? We're going to put it in like a room. So let's open up our verb, but I don't, our verb. Let's just do a regular reverb. What, this button that just says reverb? Sure. Let's listen to each of them. No, I don't want this. Too simple. Reverb. H verb. Let's find. Let's find a reverb. I think the timing of this is going to need to be like, you know, really short. So, let's see. Quarter note in this is like 730 milliseconds. Let's turn the build up off, turn the pre-delay off, size off, sync. I'm pretty close. Let's hear it. It's like, it feels like there's echoes, there's delays on there. We don't want that. Turn them off. Turn off those echoes. Off. Echoes off. And I think these parts, they're going to get sent straight to the mix bus instead of sending to the guitar bus or the bass bus, because I don't want them affected by that processing we've already put on there. Let's listen. Yeah, that sounds like it's in a room, sort of. Let's... You know what let's do? Let's give it its own bus. We'll make a new track. It's going to be an auxiliary input. I'm going to call it wide bass. Fuzz. Boom. And I'll change the color. All of those together. Going to be this color so that I can distinguish it. Solo safe. Put that reverb on together. And you know what? Let's even put lo-fi on together so that it doesn't phase out in a weird way. Now it's really loud. Now I can adjust it in the mix. Okay. One more time. That's cool. Let's layer at the end. Kind of want to put this in a room now too. Oh, but we're done. Let's do it another time. Okay, we're done.